And the mother bent down and said, I need about 3 minutes. I need about 3 minutes.
Lord, he was angry.
Damn right I was angry.
Not you, the monster. He was about to kick your ass.
Well, it was about that time that I noticed that Girl Scout was about 8 stories tall and was a contagion from the planet Oregon. I need about 3 minutes. I need about 3 minutes. I need about 3 minutes.
Alright, so here we have a UFO over Iceland. I don't know if you guys remember this. You know, when looking at this video, now it really does, it seems like really mysterious, but I mean there are some things that I have issue with, like the way it like kind of moves, and like it doesn't seem like it's like a solid, like a basketball sphere or something, but like kind of like a little fire, so you can see it kind of like waving around. I think that most likely it's probably some kind of a flare, maybe like from a handgun flare. It just especially with like the water right there, obviously there's going to be some people around that have flare guns, and perhaps one just went off in the wrong direction. Now see how it just like appears, it comes out of the sky. Like a lot of people thought, was it like a meteor or something? But I mean, really when you shoot off a flare gun, you don't actually see it light up until it's like, makes its way up into the air for, a couple seconds right before it arches its way back down. Then it lights up. So, I mean, technically it does a pretty good job at matching it. Although, I mean, most flares don't, fall to the ground, and like, I mean, they usually extinguish before then. However, there are some that will go all the way down and stay burning for a while. There are flares that will even stay on top of the water burning. So but then you would think if that was the case that it wouldn't be an issue. People would just know automatically, yeah, it was a fucking flare. It lit George's house on fire or whatever. I don't know. So I came across this video, which was claimed to be UFOs. The guy was filming the Hunter's Moon, and saw these objects, like these glowing objects, I saw flying by. However, just looking at the flight pattern and everything, I gotta say birds. Okay, so there's like one scene where it looks like kind of crazy, like how, might not be birds. Like, here, coming up, watch this. See, there's the other one. See, like that big, that like swoop, that turn around and it takes off. I mean, okay, so that doesn't seem too right, but I gotta say birds. I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. Now this one's pretty cool. Okay, this is really hard for me. I mean, they keep like lighting up and then going out. Now, there is some stuff like this that you could say are flares or whatever. However, in the daylight like this, you think that you would be able to make out some kind of plane or some place where the flares are being deployed, and we just don't get that here. Then also like the length that these things don't appear to be descending to the ground at all. They seem to be, like that last one, it just disappeared. It almost looked like he tilted back up a little bit. But, oh, wait, what was that? I thought I saw something on the ground. Maybe that was it. Okay, let's take a look at this. So, we'll look carefully. It looks like there's some lights on the ground. See right there? Doesn't it look like there's something like lit up on the ground maybe? Of course, I wouldn't think that would really account for firing off a flare. So, I don't know. It just seems, I mean, it is kind of cool how they light up like that. Just, keep appearing in the same spot. Now, this one is a little more difficult because of, all the circumstances. We have to add in all the evidence. So, okay, you got a lot of shit going on right here. Also, this is in the UK somewhere. This is a while ago. This was like back in like 2010 or something. So you got a lot of like action going on here. Could it be military flares or something like that? I mean, that's what I want to jump to first, but we got to make a couple considerations before we can reach the conclusion just yet. Now, one thing I like to point out is that this is a 3-part video, and this sighting went on for almost 40 minutes. So we have to consider that, because when's the last time you saw a military exercise dropping flares over a city for 40 minutes? I mean, one, they just don't do exercises like that over cities, They have training grounds and stuff for that, for them to go and dump flares and ammunition and test everything out. They don't do it over a city. So, one, that doesn't make sense right off the bat. I'm not saying that they couldn't or wouldn't. I mean, I suppose they can and would if they wanted to for some reason. It's definitely see it being of safety concerns, and I definitely see it being reported by local news that yes, the military for some reason is going to drop flares on the city, but I don't know. Now, the reason I think I want to lean towards flares is a couple ones. One, because they seem to be slowly descending. You never actually see any of them go back up into the air. Now, that's usually a big red flag for me. I'm like, usually when I see something like that, I'm like, something's probably not right, because when we say UFO, what's the F stand for? Flying. Motherfucker, flying around, not falling, but flying. These all appear to just straight be well, I guess maybe that's the one's not falling really. I guess he's slowly coming down. And they all seem to be going the same direction. Like the wind's carrying them, like they don't really have a stable flight control. But it really seems weird how they kind of like light up and then go out and then light up. Now see right there, they almost look like it like lit up and then went out and then lit up again. If you know what I'm saying? Like you saw like a pre-ignition to it or something like that right there too. Now, although it looks similar to like the Phoenix Lights phenomenon, I always like to point out that the Phoenix Lights phenomenon, what the white lights that everybody saw, like the main video, is not the craft. The people saw a craft, or like it was a machine. It was a flying machine. But I could see like how dropping military flares actually looks kind of similar to the Phoenix Lights video, which I believe that video where they show them is most likely military flares. But I believe it was a drop to decoy, considering that this craft had been sighted for 2 hours leading up to them deploying it. And not only that, but I mean the fact that these flares got dropped, yet the radar doesn't show any of the 10 A-10 Warthogs that were supposedly flying around out there. I mean, that's got to be kind of odd. Everyone knows A-10s are not stealth aircraft, and they're loud as fuck. And there had 10 of them out there flying around, but they're not on radar. And I mean, come on. The governor didn't even know, really, don't you think the military would be like, oh, yeah, this is what happened. It took them 10 days to figure that out. Oh, come on. I don't know. But anyway, back to this video. It does look somewhat. See how they keep like they get deployed like up top and they go down. But how do they have different speeds like this? Like that one just like dropped really fast, while the other ones seem to stay up there for a while. I don't know. Maybe like its parachute failed or something. Maybe. But then it just kind of floats there again. So see, it's really, you know, this is like a really difficult video to judge. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I gotta say, I'm probably like 90% flares, you know? I'm usually pretty good at determining what something is, but this is just a little difficult because, I mean, there's just so many other factors that are, you know, you gotta consider, you know? I mean, 40 minutes of this going on, and in fact, these guys who filmed this are ufologists, and were contacting the news and the airports and everything, and they had no idea what it was. Not that, you know, the like Air Force needs to tell them anything, you know, but you think like the airport would be aware of military testing or something, but. You know, that doesn't mean they have to give any information away to civilians for any fucking reason. But, you know, who knows? Alright, so I want to give a shout out to a new channel, Help the Homeless, where he basically goes around helping the homeless. And I like how he's drinking the four. Those things are good. Yeah, but he's got a cool channel. He just goes around and feeds homeless people and stuff like that, you know, which is super, super cool, man. You know, it's good to see people, you know, doing good things, especially with all the bullshit that's happening now. So, you know, a little bit of good in the world is fucking awesome. Look, he goes around feeding all these people. How cool is that shit? Yeah, don't you wish you guys were that cool? I know I do. Help the homeless, you guys. Go check out his channel and go and donate some food or donate some money to him or whatever. Help him out, you guys. Next, I want to give a couple shout outs to some people. On my video, Secure Team 10 debunks himself, which, as you can see, everybody obviously likes so incredibly much. But there's a couple people I want to point out real quick. One is John Maya or Maja. You know I'm fucking your name up. Sorry, John. You can see right here, he says, I'm leaving my comment posted here just so I can eat crow. I confess here and now that I have been a real dumbass about thinking UFO proof wasn't up to the beat. You made me watch your videos. I did. And now I'm actually embarrassed I came off that way. Out of left field, all sideways. Because until now, I thought Secure Team 10 was hokey but entertaining. I knew most of it was crock of crap and really far-fetched, like when he actually showed pictures of Mars bunny rabbits and spiders. Man, I was like, oh, come on. And after seeing this vid and you pointing out the proof of faking, it pissed me off, so I went on his site several times and linked this to my response of bullshit he was posting. I was wrong, bro. I openly called you out. Now I openly apologize. Sorry, man. My total bad. I mean, that's really cool. And it's like, so John and I were going back and forth, you know, we were feuding with each other. And then he looked at, like, you know, like I gave him a couple links to some other videos of mine just so he knows that you know, I'm not just a debunker. You know, not only do I believe in UFOs, but I know UFOs are real. I know they exist. I don't know what the fuck they are, but I know it's, you know, something else. And, you know, I think, you know, he came, you know, he realized, you know, that that's what it's about, that it's about the truth, that's what I'm about. And that, you know, a lot of people are like, you know, why don't you just do your own thing? Why do you attack these other people? Because somebody has to stand up for us, because somebody has to do it. No one else does it. It's like, I don't have a choice. Someone has to stand up for us and say, listen, these people are fucking crazy. They do not represent us. We're telling the truth. Okay. There are people out there like me who've seen it, who know what's real, who don't want to be ridiculed because of all these other crazy motherfuckers, you know? And so that was super cool of John to, you know, post that comment and everything. And another thing, I want to give a shout out to Ganja Caliphate. Basically, same thing. He came up, you know, we were arguing back and forth, and he says, "Not gonna lie, this was the first video I see of yours, and I regret this comment. I take it back, my bad. I've been watching too much Security Team 10. You know, like, this is cool. It's like sometimes, you know, yeah, you're gonna have issues with people, but like the smarter ones, you know, like John and Ganja here, they realize they're like, no, they're able to step back and say, okay, fuck, I was wrong. I see what he's saying. And they're able to, you know, say, you know, forgive me, I'm sorry, you know, and that's the kind of mentality you need in the UFO world, where you can step back and you know, look at the broad picture and say, what the fuck is going on? Am I seriously going to sit here and allow myself to be mocked and fooled like this? I mean, this shit's ridiculous. You heard John saying there's like a bunny rabbit and a spider on fucking Mars. Come on. I mean, you know, he's making fools out of people, and it makes a whole community look fucking crazy. You know, so it always means a lot to me when we start feuding at first, and then they come over and they say, you know what, you're right. It means the world, man. And that's exactly what we want to happen, is just to be able to spread that message, let people know they don't have to deal with that bullshit anymore. All right, so as you can see, I have 3,017 subscribers. So we're going to go to my subscriber list, and we're going to go down, do it. And it would be Lydia H. Lydia H would be my 3,000th subscriber. Let's go check her channel. Oh, damn. Looks like she might be a Hillary supporter. Kinda sucks. I guess you don't make any videos or whatever. Oh, well, there you go, Lydia H. Wait a second. Is this my niece? I think this might be my fucking niece. I mean, my niece's name is Lydia Hutchins. No fucking way. Dude, that would be so fucking funny. Also, my homie Salvador made a video for me for my birthday, which fucking just cracked me up. I loved it. Check it out.
Happy birthday, Kyle. UFO proof, you crazy motherfucker, you.
Thank you. Look, he spins a little UFO. And then he brings out the fucking puppets. Look at that. And he's bumping ICP. Yeah, make them dance. Yeah. That is so fucking cool, dude. Salvador, Darlene, thank you guys so much. That was so fucking awesome. I'd also like to give a big shout out to my homie Scott. Thank you so much. He fucking got me a present for my birthday. He's a shit, man. Thank you. I fucking totally appreciate it. You're the fucking man. Thank you so much, Scott. Now, one thing I'd like to point out before I let you guys go here is that everyone gives Donald Trump a hard time for being racist. Well, because he's racist. All right? There's no hiding that. However, I find it ironic that everyone's making such a huge deal out of it, considering that 90% of fucking Republicans are racist. And I mean, they're racist, and it's so natural that people just totally overlook it. I'll show you a perfect example right here.
I think there will be a backlash against all of this lopsided spending. I think Americans and Jews, they will say...
Now, did anybody catch that? Don't worry, I'll play it for you again.
I think there will be a backlash against all of this lopsided spending. I think Americans and Jews, they will say, our democracy is not for sale.
I think there will be a backlash against all this lopsided spending. I think Americans and Jews will say our democracy is not for sale. Americans and Jews. You mean just Americans? All of a sudden there's Americans and Jews. Nobody noticed that shit. And this is from years ago. No one ever noticed that shit. But, I mean, he's just fucking racist. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the baddest dude in the world, total racist. Well, it's official. Donald Trump will be the next president of the United States. And I have to say, it's partly my fault. Because when it came down to the wire, I just couldn't vote for a cheater. Donald Trump may be an evil retard, but he didn't cheat. He played the game fair, and the Republicans tried to cheat him. The Democrats did cheat Bernie. Okay, that was my guy. And they fucked him over, and I don't know why they expected me to somehow support the person who fucking robbed my candidate blind. But that's what you get, Clinton. You stupid cunt fucking bitch. This is what you deserve, asshole. I'm just saying, because of everything that happened, or everything that did happen, I believe that the superdelegates should have to build that fucking wall now, okay? That's what you guys get, fucking assholes. Well, enough of this shit. You know, it's getting late, and you know, Trump's president, so I gotta go. But just remember, you guys, UFO proof out. Alright, so here we have a UFO over Iceland. I don't know if you guys remember this. You know, when looking at this video, now it really does, it seems like really mysterious, but I mean, there are some things that I have issue with, like the way it like kind of moves, and like it doesn't seem like it's like a solid, like a basketball sphere or something, but like kind of like a little fire, so you can see it kind of like waving around. I think that most likely it's probably some kind of a flare, maybe like from a handgun flare, it just especially with like the water right there, obviously, there's going to be some people around that have flare guns, and perhaps one just went off in the wrong direction. Now see how it just like appears, it comes out of the sky. Like a lot of people thought, was it like a meteor or something? But I mean, really when you shoot off a flare gun, you don't actually see it light up until it's like, makes its way up into the air for, a couple seconds right before it arches its way back down. Then it lights up. So, I mean, technically it does a pretty good job at matching it. Although, I mean, most flares don't fall to the ground, and like, I mean, they usually extinguish before then. However, there are some that will go all the way down and stay burning for a while. There are flares that will even stay on top of the water burning. So, but then you would think if that was the case, that it wouldn't be an...
What do you want from us, monster? And the monster bent down and said, I need about 350. I need about 350.
Lord, he was angry.
Damn right I was angry.
Not you, the monster. He was about to kick your ass.
Well, it was about that time that I noticed this Girl Scout was about 8 stories tall and was a contagion from the planet organ. I need about 350. I need about 350. I need about 350.
issue. People would just know automatically, yeah, it was a fucking flare. It, lit George's house on fire or whatever. I don't know. So I came across this video, which was claimed to be UFOs. The guy was filming the Hunter's Moon, and saw these objects, like these glowing objects, I saw flying by. However, just looking at the flight pattern and everything, I gotta say, birds. Okay, so there's like one